fellow makeup fiends and welcome to day 6 of Vlogmas. Okay, so we're going to go for a green look. For this look, which is a Christmas Day look, I'm going to do a different variation of colours. I did want to do a plum colour, probably still have a plummy colour on my eyes, but it was a totally epic fail. So we're going to go for something green instead, and maybe that will work out better. Trying to be cheery, but I'm just a little bit frustrated because I really wanted to do a tutorial today, and I hate it when you get one of those makeup days where just nothing goes right. So we're going to go for green, and I'm going to use the I Love NYC palette, and I'm using these two greens up here, which is Loaded and I think that's Kush. So I'm going to go for the bright green first, and I'm just going to put that all over the eyelid up to the crease. Now you can see, oh my goodness, the powder of this particular one is pretty bad. So it's always good to have a makeup removal wipe handy, just in case. I'm probably going to have to tidy up the foundation as well. This is a really nice green. It's bright without being too bright, if that kind of makes sense. What you want to do is take it right up into the crease and just a little outside the crease, because we're going to put a darker colour over the top, and you want to still be able to see that from underneath. I'm pretty happy with that, apart from the fact that got some fallout off the previous look I've just done. Not too bad. So that is the brighter green, and then we're going to take the darker green. This green is really beautiful, but it does verge a little on black, so it is quite a dark colour. But we're going to put glitter over the top, so it's going to be okay. So I'm just basically putting that on the lid. And we're not going to go too far up with that. This is a lovely sort of forest green. And then what you want to do is blend it so it doesn't look like a harsh line. So blend those two colours together. Again, massive amount of fallout. I'm not even going to bother trying to tidy as I go along. I'm just going to deal with it after. So I'm just going to tidy off under the eyes, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back and looking a bit tidier under the eye area. Thank goodness. I'm going to go to the Vice palette now. I'm going to use this beautiful green that's in there, and it's got lots of gold glitter in it. Hopefully you can see that name. I'm not even going to attempt that. But it's lovely. It's really nice. I'm going to use actually the eyebrow pencil from Real Techniques. And I'm actually just going to put this along the lash line. Now you will be able to, you might be able to see it. I don't know whether you will actually. It just gives a flash of really quite a bright green across there. So it's, you kind of got three greens together now. I want to keep it quite a thick line because I'm actually going to put some liner on here as well. So I want to keep it thick enough that you can see it. Now you will notice I've left some of the darker shadow fallout under the eyes because I wanted to keep it like that. I wanted to have some sort of colour under the eye, and I like that the dark shadows actually settled there. But I'm going to use some of this brighter green as well, because the gold particles in it are really pretty. And I'm just going to put that on the outer corner of the eye there. Kind of just pulls those greens together. And again, you can see that I've left some of the darker shadow and the smokiness around the eye. It is a smoky green eye, so it's okay to have a little bit of fallout. It's just kind of making sure that you tidy up the edges so it doesn't look like it's just a big mess on your face. So that's it for the Vice palette. Okay, so now I'm going to take a shadow called Uzi from the I Heart NYC palette. You can't see there quite so well, but it's white with a lot of shimmer. I'm actually going to use that just above the crease area, just on the edges. And you will get some fallout with this, but that is absolutely fine because we're using this to create a glittery eye now. This is going to be a glittery eye, so a little bit of fallout of this is not going to hurt. And you can just see how putting that on the edge there just kind of changes the edge of that colour, and it makes it quite a minty sort of colour. But you have to be careful not to totally cover because we do still want to see that bright green. And then although it's glittery, you can, once the glitter, actually what happens is when you put this on there's a lot of glitter, but once you've put that little bit of first stroke on, most of that glitter falls off and you're left with a beautiful white colour. So I'm actually going to use that to highlight the brow area. So I am going to use one eyeliner, and I'm going to use Oil Slick. This is by Urban Decay, and I've gone for this one because this is black with silver sort of sparkles in it. I'll do a little swatch. So it's black, and I don't know if you can see, it's just got little mini silver sparkles in it. So I've chosen this just because it adds that little bit of sparkle. I'm just going to do very close to the lash line here. A little bit. Now you can see straight away, hopefully, that it is putting quite a bit of sparkle along the edge. But I want to be careful because I don't want to cover that green. And then I'm just going to pop that in the waterline. And just a little bit along the inner corner here. Right, so I'm back with a sharpened pencil in the waterline and a little across the inner corner. Right, so I'm going to put some mascara on now. I'm going to use the Lancome Hypnose, which is what I absolutely love. And then we're going to transform this into a more glittery eye, but you could actually just leave it at this. I'm just going to take Midnight Cowboy Pencil by Urban Decay, and I'm just going to apply a little bit on the inner corner. Just brightens up the inner corner area. Okay, so now we want to make it a little bit more glittery. Now, at this stage, I would normally reach for my Vaseline, but I can't find it anywhere, but I think Alec may have taken it and put it in his work bag. He does use it on his lips, but that is the look, and hopefully this is not going to ruin it, but yeah, I'd normally use Vaseline. We're going to apply some glitter. Now, I have got one from MAC, which is a Reflex, and I'm going to have to use one of these little sort of paint type pot tube things. From Bloom. Yeah. But this one's just in a champagne sort of colour, and I'm just going to dab that on the inner eye corner here. Which actually, that even looks quite nice. So I'm going to dab that on there. Then I'm going to take the glitter and I'm just going to dab that on. I get very nervous with this glitter because I really don't want to drop it, knock it over or anything. Oh, it's Reflect Pink, that's for sure. Right, so I've got that dabbed on in that area and I'm just going to secure that with my finger and spread that colour about a little bit. But that's what it looks like. And I don't mind that that's pink with green. I think that you can do that. I just thought that this would look quite pretty. That is what it looks like, and I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye now. So that is the finished eye look. Very glittery and sparkly. I can still see a bit of green there, but never mind. Okay, so now I'm going to move on and do the rest of the face. Tidy up. There always will be fallout with your glitter products. What you want to do to try and minimise that and to try and like push the glitter into the shadows a little bit, just to help it stay on a bit longer really, because you want it to maintain. So now we're going to move on and we're going to do a little bit of bronzing and some blusher. So now we're going to go on to blusher, and I'm actually going to use a Daniel Sandler blusher and a Daniel Sandler highlighter today. So I'm using Cherub, which is the blusher. You've got to shake these up before you use them, and I'm using the Daniel Sandler watercolour brush. And then I just put a couple of dots of the product onto the brush. That's all you need. And then just up the cheek area, dab it on. Straight away there. But see, it just gives a lovely pink flush. It's a very natural colour, this. I really like it. Okay. So that is the blusher. And then I'm going to use a Daniel Sandler. It's a blusher, but it's actually more of a highlight. This one is called Icing. Again, another dots. And this is just a really pretty highlight. It's quite a gentle one. It's not too in your face, and it has no sparkle content to it. It's just a lovely sort of soft pink shimmer. Right, so I am just quickly gonna curl my lashes a little. It does make a difference to your lashes. Not that you can see my lashes very well. But I will put fake lashes on Christmas Day. Just that little bit extra va-va-voom, I think. Right, I will take a fluffy brush and I'll use the Magically Cool Liquid Powder from MAC in Truth and Light. This just has quite a nice sort of glowy, sort of glittery texture to it. And I'm going to, with a very light hand, just dust that across my face. Mainly on the cheek area, because as I said, it does have glitter in it. And then I will just put a little down there, just because it does have very subtle sort of glitter shimmers in it. Okay, so now onto the lips. I'm going to do a quite dark vampy lip. I like how it looks overall. It's nice, it's sparkly. The eyes are probably my favourite thing about it, and I probably will play around and do lots of different colorations with this. I've got lots of glitters, so I can do a variation of colours, but I do like the green and the pink together there. It's a bit of an unusual combination. And you could actually put this with a nude lip, which would look really nice as well.